Kia ora tātou and welcome to Disclosure Dialogue, our new video series which looks at current issues and topics in the world of external reporting. Now, many of us at some point in our lives will have been involved with an incorporated society. They come in all shapes and sizes, from your early childhood centre to your local cricket or tennis club or professional membership bodies. New Zealand has over 20,000 incorporated societies, so they're a pretty important part of our life here in New Zealand. And late in 2023, new rules came out from the government which are going to require all incorporated societies to re-register with the Companies Office by April 2026. And for some incorporated societies, this means that there will be changes for how they produce their financial information. So joining us here today to walk us through this is Alex Stainer, our lead advisor on reporting for incorporated societies. Alex, welcome.
Thanks, Emily. It's great to be here.
So before we talk about incorporated societies, could you just run through for our viewers a bit about the External Reporting Board and why reporting matters?
Sure. So the External Reporting Board, or EXRB as we are commonly known, develop and issue accounting, auditing and assurance and climate standards which are used by New Zealand entities across the private, the public and the not-for-profit sectors in preparing their external reports. Now, you can be forgiven for thinking this sounds a little bit dull and dry, but these reports are fundamental to our economy and our communities too. For example, external reports produced by for-profit entities, these give investors accurate and comparable information about companies they may be looking to invest in. In the not-for-profit sector, which includes our charities and incorporated societies too, these reports provide members, potential donors and funders insights into the activities and performance of these entities. And the reporting and assurance standards that we issue means that there's consistency in how this reported information is prepared and presented. And so that gives readers of these reports confidence about the information that they're looking at. It also gives them the context that they need to make the decisions that they need to make.
And of course, trust and transparency are really important. So, what is changing for incorporated societies?
Yeah, so under the rules brought in by the new Incorporated Societies Act, some incorporated societies will now need to prepare their financial statements in line with the EXRB reporting standards.
Okay, so only some incorporated societies. Who doesn't this apply to?
Yeah, so it's fairly straightforward, but those societies that meet the criteria to be a small society do not need to apply the EXRB standards. And we can see the criteria here on the screen. So the criteria to be a small society is that you must have both operating payments and current assets of less than $50,000 in each of your last 2 financial years, and you must not be a registered charity or an approved donee organisation.
Okay, for the non-accountants among us, could you just explain what do you mean by operating payments and current assets?
So operating payments are just the payments that you've made during the year, but they do not include payments on capital items, and that would include purchasing assets or repaying debt. With current assets, these are the assets that you expect to use or to be realised within 12 months after your society's financial year end. And these can include assets such as your general cash in the bank. And this is in contrast to non-current assets, which typically include assets like equipment or a clubhouse, which you expect to hold for a much longer period.
Okay, so if I'm an incorporated society and my operating payments and current assets are greater than $50,000, what do I need to do next?
Yeah, so in that case, you would need to apply the EXRB reporting standards and you need to work out which standard you need to apply.
Okay, can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so our standards are grouped by reporting tiers. These tiers are based on the financial size of an organisation. We've got these here up on the screen behind me. So for tiers 1 and 2, this is for our larger organisations, and these types of incorporated societies, of which there should only be a handful, they will have more complex requirements, including an audit. Now, Tier 3 is for our mid-range to smaller organisations, and we expect that the top half of this range, those with expenses of $3 million or more, will also be subject to audit. And then finally, we have our Tier 4 standard, and this is for our smallest organisations. And this is the tier that we actually expect the majority of incorporated societies that need to use our standards will apply. The Tier 4 standard is designed to be picked up by anyone, and it is a super easy template, and we've produced a video last year that explains how you use it. So if you do have a couple of minutes, I'd recommend taking a look at that.
Excellent. So once I've figured out which standard I need to apply, how do I work out when I need to start applying that standard?
Yeah, so it will depend upon when your society re-registers, but I've got an example here. So if you, as a society, you have a 30 June financial year end and you re-register in December 2024, if you have completed your 30 June 2024 financial statements, then you can apply the new reporting to your 30 June 2025 financial year.
Okay. So obviously, the date you re-register is actually quite important. So where could an incorporated society go for more information about re-registration?
Yeah, so the Companies Office is the main government agency that's responsible for incorporated societies, and their website has everything that you need to know about the law changes and what these mean for societies.
Excellent. And thank you, Alex. And there you have it. If you'd like more information about the reporting requirements for incorporated societies, have a look at our website. There's a special section just on the home page. We hope you found this information useful. Mā te wā.